Welcome to another trade recap. Today I made $550 trading MES on a 945 short, and I'll cover it start to finish, pre-market, execution, and trade management. Let's get into it. All right, so first I will cover I'll just remove everything here. I'll cover my pre-market analysis, and hopefully you guys can hear me right. I'm on my balcony right now. I'm staying somewhere else, but there's some background noise. Hopefully you guys don't hear that. So pre-market notes. Overnight has developed bearish, expanding higher and recently sweeping an internal high on ES and NQ, mitigating a 4-hour SIBI. This aligns with the high time frame bearish distribution and the LR that has been generated beneath. I would like to see shorts play out, but will depend on development of low time frame power of threes. So what does this look like, right? ES has still a failure swing below or above a high time frame sell side liquidity pool. And then, right, we've been delivering since Friday, like TGIF, retracing back into our weekly range. Monday opens and we generate this LR moving higher while manipulating this internal high, mitigating a 4-hour fair value gap on both ES and NQ, right? So this has the potential to be high resistance as it's in a high time frame spot of bearish distribution, and there's LR beneath. So high resistance above, low resistance beneath us, and we're also trending high time frame bearish, so it aligns. So we could see shorts play out here with some New York reversal profile. Okay, so going into the day, how did market open? Okay, go back to market open, right? We had this consolidation, and then I did have this 15-minute fair value gap marked as a spot, like a condition here. If we were to respect this, we can move lower, but if we're going to inverse this and disrespect it, we'll probably see high day mitigated. Okay, so what happens, right? Price, what a 1 minute time frame here. And then obviously, if I'm bearish, I have sell side liquidity. My draw on liquidity was just this low, a low hanging fruit target. Although I'm bearish high time frame, I want to see like a new low of day. But this is just the end of this LR and accumulation. So I could see this being hit as a low hanging fruit. M low, pretty prominent, relevant low. That was just my low hanging fruit. It's also a Monday, so my expectations are not too high. But that was my initial draw on liquidity. So what happens, right? We just initially pump higher, manipulating this key level, right? All assets. So we manipulate higher on all assets. Or ES. Actually, we don't sweep it on ES just yet. That is something I am waiting for, right? Just because we're such close proximity, I want to see this mitigated. And it does get mitigated right here at 9:35, and I had marked this out, but then it's still waiting, right? There's trade to CISD, and I want low time frame appeal plus high time frame appeal. So we have the high time frame LR down here. We have no low time frame or low resistance as a ramp to get down here. So this is all this entire zone right here. It's price going to struggle to get through here with the structure that we have now, right? So that's why I'm waiting. And then initially I see people that took this short here, which it is technically valid, right? We have the CISD at the highs. To me, it's like we're immediately fighting this entire leg of expansion, right? And in my mind, I had actually written this out. It was in my fade journal. No low time frame appeal for this trade. First 1 minute CISD at the top of the range, right? So again, there's just nothing here that validates or allows price to quickly distribute through this range down to these lows. So I decided to wait. And if it could, I'd rather play continuation or wait for more structure. It makes sense to play out, but doesn't hurt to wait, right? So to Monday, I don't want to just jump in on the first CISD at high of day. So I'm just going to wait and be patient. And what happens, exactly what I want, right? We come back higher into 945, immediately sweeps this high. And we have this low time frame stop on here on ES. Also, with the 945 15-minute power 3, right? What does 945 do? We have 930 that opens, moves higher, engineers liquidity below. 945 opens, manipulates higher again, and we could see the distribution down to sell side. That's what I'm looking for. And then the reason I took this on ES was because NQ, I'm just trying to trade the weaker asset in this sense. I don't normally trade YM. However, I did highlight this potential trade here, but the reason I took ES is because we haven't expanded as high through the range as NQ did. So I'm thinking ES is the one that's going to hit its draws lower first. And that's what I want to trade. We have this IFEG right here. I'll switch over to this, and I still have my drawn liquidity that is open down here. So, right, what is this, right? Oops, we have our high time frame trend established. We have high time frame manipulation aligned with PO3. Okay, but this is the high time for manipulation, low time frame stop loss. So now we have a high time for protected high. Now we have displacement with CISD, right? That's really it. And then what are we doing? We're just targeting open DOLs. Okay, that's really the entire trade right there. This is I think I got a great fill. It was like in here. I think I had stops above CE of this wick, and I was targeting these lows, or still than that, around here. Okay, so we have our high time for protected high, low time for protected high. And what are we doing really? Is we're just trying to find a protected high to continue this trend. That's all we're doing. We're trying to find a protected high, and we're betting on that protected high to play continuation of high time frame trend. So we're looking for key levels and displacement away. And that's exactly what we have. We get clear displacement away on all assets. PO3 aligns, everything's perfect. We have this open draws, high resistance up to highs, low resistance at the lows. And then we actually just have great distribution for a Monday. I was very surprised. And then full TP hit. But that is the trade I took today. That is the recap. Hopefully you guys learned something. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. That's all. Have a good one.